So I've been in a very introspective mood recently, just in general. Been binging a lot of lucid videos, and it's got hi phone. It's got me thinking. That's just Lauren. It's got me thinking a lot about just life in general, like how I want to change and stuff like that, and just being more thankful in general and not as harsh in my life. I think that's very important to love yourself, no matter how you are, just in general. But anyways, so I was on Twitter because I find my clients on Twitter sometimes, right? And I'm not going to say who this person was, but this is a general trend I've seen over the years where people post how much they earn as like their name on Twitter. Why? What's the point? In my opinion, it really comes off as like not just braggy, because I think it's honestly a deeper issue than that. I think you need to find value that's deeper than that, like, because money just isn't gonna make you happy. It really isn't, especially long term. More money solves problems, but more money causes more problems. And I think it's important to love yourself no matter how much you make, honestly, because to me, I feel like money is a very toxic thing, because it seems like that the more you have, the more influence you have, and the more influence you have, the more people like you, or so it seems. To me, it comes across as a very shallow thing to put as your name on Twitter, and it just didn't sit right with me. It just didn't sit well whatsoever, and I kind of hate it, because like, I'm gonna be real with you, like, I don't make that much, like anywhere near as much as the guy made in the title, and that's not even why I'm making this. It's just like, I think there comes a point where it's like a heart issue. I think people put value in things that just don't matter in the end. I think it's important to put value in like friends and family and God and spirituality and stuff like that, and bettering yourself in general, not stuff that's gonna like fade away when you die, stuff like that. I mean, everything fades away when you die, obviously, but like, I think it's more important to have people in your life than money. That's what I believe. So it's like, to me, it just seemed very surface level, and it helps nobody, and all it does is brag to people that don't care. And to me, whenever I see that, I think it's very much a heart issue. Just when people flex or brag in general, I've always hated it, because it's like, it's always surface level. Nobody likes when somebody's bragging about money, just in general, quite honestly. I think that's a common consensus that nobody really talks about. It's like, why would you want to hang around with somebody that's bragging about how much they make? That's not in my opinion, I wouldn't want to be around that person, quite honestly. I like the humble people that care about people and family and like, spirituality and just bettering themselves rather than how much they make. It's all about like them getting to their head. I don't think it's a healthy thing, especially regarding the internet, because I've also been trying to get off the internet a lot more recently, because the more I am on the internet, the more I compare myself and the more I just feel bad. So I've been trying to disconnect from the internet a lot more, and I've been very introspective because of it. I've been very looking inward and seeing these situations. It's like, bro, there's literally no point to put that as your name on Twitter, because nobody cares, quite honestly. Like, you don't see a lot of people do it, and I think there's a reason why. It's like, it's a pretty gutsy thing to do, first of all, and second of all, nobody likes when people brag about how much they make. Like, nobody likes that. Like, whatsoever. So no, it's not coming from a place of like spite or jealousy, quite honestly, because I don't care how much I make, quite honestly, as long as I'm able to live and eat food and live in a house or a place. I don't really care how much I make. Like, I'm not a millionaire. I probably won't be. I just think it's more important to care about things in life that are substantial rather than monetary. And I don't think a lot of people think that way, but I think it's very important to not let money change you. I think that's kind of the whole aspect of this. It's like, if this person was making $1,000 a month, would they put that as a title? No, they wouldn't. So it's like, I just hate it when money changes people, and it sucks. And yeah, it's a very toxic thing, and it shouldn't be a thing. It just shouldn't. I just felt weird about it in general, and I wanted to talk about it because I don't know. It's not sitting right with me for some reason. It just seems like a hard issue, honestly. Like, it just seems like something that could be resolved. And I just don't think it's healthy, especially like regarding to like internet, because some people just live on the internet in general, and that's not healthy. So the fact that you're bragging about your monetary value on the internet is just kind of sad to me whenever I see that, especially like bigger people in the space. Whenever they do that, like it's been a norm for so many years, but it just needs to stop. Like there's no point. Flexing is pointless. It's useless. I understand wanting to be proud of your success, and that's one thing, but when you start bragging about your monetary value, that's another thing that nobody just wants to hear because nobody cares. It's just very braggadocious of people to do it, and it's not a healthy thing in my opinion. It's weird because it's like your name on Twitter is the first thing that people see. So in my mind, when somebody sees that, it's like, oh, that's what they want to be known for. That's what they want people to see. Is the first thing about them is that. And to me, that's sad. Instead of the individual person, it's how much they make. And it's like, but what if I want to know you for you as a person? What if I don't care how much you make? What if I want to actually learn how you think and learn what you believe and what you stand for and what you don't stand for, and like how you are as a human being, not how much you make. It just comes across as very artificial and not human, just in general. So yeah, don't put how much you make as your Twitter title, because it's very surface level and very dumb, because that's the first thing people see. And then it's like, oh, this person only cares about money. Why would I talk to them? It's just not a good, I don't believe it's a good look for anybody, quite honestly. Mostly because people should care more about the more important things in life than just money. Like there's so much to life in general that doesn't relate to money, and the fact that that's the first thing you want people to see is just kind of sad. It's just very surface level and very depressing to see that people make life their money, and that's what they live for. And it's like there's so much more to life than money. Obviously money is a very important thing in general to live, but when you get to a point like that where people do that, to me it's just depressing, and I hate saying it, and don't do it, because it's pointless. It gets you nowhere. So yeah, I just felt very strongly about that, because to me it was just kind of made me sad, made me thankful that I'm getting on the internet less and less, so I don't have to see stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like sometimes you just can't avoid it, and it just happens. I don't know how to end this. I'm just gonna say, live life, get off the internet, exist in the physical world and not the internet world. I think that's something I've been learning recently. It's like we need to disconnect from the internet, quite honestly. So yeah.